I love Judge Dredd. I started reading it last year and I've been hooked ever since. First of all, he's basically a cop in the future. Therefore, he stands for justice, which means you can really root for him. Not only that, but the series is all set in this cyberpunk future with mega cities and humongous buildings, along with motorways that will overlap around 5 to 6 times. And this is just a very striking image. So, of course, they wanted to bring this world to the big screen, and in 1995, they did just that. Oh, no. No! Yeah, it was a failure for a number of reasons. Disrespectful to source material, terrible acting, bad costume design, Dredd taking his helmet off. I could honestly go on for days about how dreadful that film was. However, this wasn't the end of Dredd's life on the screen, as in 2012 they released Dredd 3D. Yeah, this was back when they were playing off the 3D gimmick, which is probably one of the reasons this film was a flop, because no one actually wants to pay double the price to see something jump out at them. It's stupid, not to mention it makes the film dark as hell with those damn glasses. Anyway, the film stars Carl Urban as Judge Dredd, and he is by far the best part of the film. He rarely shows his emotions, maintains a frown, and keeps his helmet on. Not to mention the voice is, I'd say, what we all imagine Judge Dredd to sound like. The film opens with an awesome narration by Judge Dredd about how the world has changed, and around the city there's nothing but wasteland, and how the city is so big it stretches around the whole west coast. And suddenly the music kicks in. The incredible score by Paul Leonard Morgan, which I always imagine playing in the comics when some serious action goes on. But the opening scene is Judge Dredd. It's like a scene straight out of the comics. The rest of the film focuses on Judge Dredd assessing rookie Judge Anderson, similarly to how he assessed Judge Giant in the early comics, along with him trying to take down a murdering drug dealer who goes by the name Ma Ma. I personally really enjoyed this film when I watched it. I felt it was honouring the source material, unlike that awful monstrosity that was Stallone. However, my issues with the film lie around a few small things. This film goes for a very realistic, gritty tone, with Mega City 1 being more so an exaggeration on the present rather than super futuristic. For instance, there's not that much neon, and I do kind of wish Carl Urban had sported the green gloves and boots. I feel it could have been done with a rusted metal effect, and I think the opening is so spot on, it does hurt that the rest is in one city block. But I get why, due to this having a budget of 30 million, which is pretty difficult to work with for such a big setting. Overall, though, I really wish this had done well enough to receive a sequel. However, due to terrible advertisement and an insistence on 3D, it held this film back from bringing in what it could have. But I still think more can be done. For instance, if Warner Brothers ever got the license, they could make a couple animated films, or possibly Netflix could do a series. But one thing I still really want is an open world video game, where you play as Dredd and get called onto missions. But I can only hope.